everyone, welcome back. So Etude came out with a new lip product. This is their Sugar Coloring Jelly Balm, and I did only get 3 shades. I'll tell you in a minute why, but I got in the shades 2 Honey Drizzle, 3 Crystal Candy, and 6 Peach Twist. And when I took a second look at these, I realized that most of them have glitter in it, so that's one reason why I only got 3 shades. These products also have 3 different functions that they've categorized them: lip topper, lip plumper, and lip coloring. So they are going to have a little bit of a difference in their function as well as formula. Got one in each of the category. For the packaging, it has this donut shaped applicator. It's very similar to Laneige's glaze balms, which have been released in the US. They haven't released it in Korea yet, so I haven't been able to try them. You can actually twist it to open or close the product because you don't want it to prevent the product from seeping out. I also like how you can mix and match these caps to give a different color or feel to them. Okay, so let's go ahead and start swatching. This is a lip topper and it functions to add extra glossiness. On their chart, it doesn't have any plumping effect or any color pigmentation, but it does have very nice moisturization and glossiness. There's a lip coloring, a lip plumper, and a lip topper. It does have the most moisturization. So starting off first, this is number 2 Honey Drizzle. This is a warm spring light shade. It is closer to being a clear shade, so you'll see my original lip color. It does have a slight yellow color to it, but it's very subtle, and these do have glitter in it. You can see more of the glitter versus the shade color yellow gold glitter. They're quite tiny, but you can actually see it just from a talking distance. I wasn't a big fan of the glitter in this, but it actually doesn't look too bad. Sort of like the glistening finish on water when the sun hits it. The glitter is not too overwhelming as well. I think it has a pretty good amount to give an extra glossy finish, but not overwhelming your lips. And you'll also see for the finish, it does fill in the wrinkles of the lips to give a very beautiful juicy pout. I added a slight layer, but it's very glossy. It has a very watery, dewy gloss finish versus a glaze-like gloss, and it also feels very moisturizing as well inside and out, not just on the surface. It does feel lightweight. It's not waxy. It's not sticky. The gel to oil ratio in this is probably half and half. The oil in this, however, it is more of a lightweight oil, and then the gel is slightly thicker, so it's going to add a lot of moisturization. One thing for sure though is that it does have a strong scent, and even on my lips I can kind of smell it as well. It sort of has this sweet shea butter like scent, and when you first open it and apply on your lips, you're going to smell it right away. So it is quite strong on the lips. You can kind of smell it, but honestly this kind of scent is not too bad. It's not, for an Etude product, it's not too sweet. For the packaging, it's really fun to apply this on the lips. Like, it feels very bouncy. It has low maintenance as well. It's really easy to clean. The only concern I have about this is getting the corner of my lips, especially here, because of how big and thick this is. It can be a little bit difficult to reach those areas. You kind of just have to like use the edge of the donut. Again, this is a twist product, so you open and twist to allow the product to come out or not. You can also close this when it's open or closed for convenience. If you do prefer to leave it open so you can just swipe it quickly, it's gonna close. Otherwise, if you don't want the product to spill, you can also close it and it should close as well. So very versatile packaging, really easy, really convenient. It does have a pretty good pressure when you're pressing the product to come out. Because of the donut shape application, the product does kind of seep back in, but I think that's a good thing because it kind of prevents it from spilling all over. However, it is going to have like these farting sounds. I'm going to show you how that would sound like. I mean, that's not a big problem, but that's just something, if you don't want to get misunderstood, to be mindful of. TMI, but this is like the sound that it makes, which reminds me of Rare Beauty's Balm, which also makes a similar sound when you apply it. Compared to other glosses, this is ROM&ND's GLASTING Color Gloss. This is a little bit more thick and it is more gel-like. I would say it's like a mixture of DRIZZLE water tint and water beer without the stain. It does have a very similar oil-like formula to water beers, but it also does have a gel-like formula to it. I'm gonna go out with the transfer test. So again, this is a transparent color. It did blot most of the glossy finish. Regardless, my lips do feel quite moisturizing inside and out. There's a semi-stickiness to it. I think it's pretty decent. It's not too sticky. Feels very moisturizing, feels very plump on the lips. There is some leftover glitter on the lips. When I did the stain test on the hand swatch, the glitter seemed to remove pretty easily. And on the lips as well, it's really easy to remove. Next up, this is 3 Crystal Candy. This is a cool summer light shade and it's a lip plumper. So it has more of a plumping like effect. Slightly a little bit less moisturizing than the previous one. On the chart here, it also says that it's supposed to have a refreshing cooling effect. Right away, I do have a minty sensation on the lips, which is really different. Almost like I just ate breath mints and you have that cooling sensation on the lips. Rare Beauty also has a slight minty sensation to it. This one is definitely a lot stronger. The formulas of these are different. I'm not a big fan of the cooling sensation just because it's a little bit too strong. It does blur the wrinkles of the lips. Has a really nice dewy gloss finish, and again this also has yellow glitter in it. As for the shade color, this is a cool tone shade. This is a translucent shade as well, so it's going to look more like a sheer cool pink color. This one does feel a little bit more grainy for the texture. If I'm putting my lips together like that, I can kind of feel the glitter on the lip, whereas the topper, the previous one, it was smooth. Even though there was glitter in it, I couldn't feel the glitter at all. But overall, it's matching what they have on the chart. This is supposed to be slightly less moisturizing, but it does have a little bit more color and it does have a plumping effect, so it's gonna have that cooling sensation on the lips. For the full, you can see it's a little bit more glossy, cooling sensation. It's gonna seep a little bit into your mouth, kind of tastes minty, but I think that's excess product. I'm just gonna blot that really quick. I think the biggest difference is that this one is a little bit more pigmented. It has a cooling sensation. As far as plumping effect, I'm not sure if this is supposed to make your lips bigger. Okay, I'm gonna take this off because the cooling sensation is really throwing me off. You can see it blotted the glossy finish. A very interesting stain, like a spray stain. But this one is not as moisturizing as their topper, the previous one that I reviewed. It's a little bit more sticky. It doesn't leave that plump-like effect. With the stain as well, you can still feel the cooling sensation on the lips, so this is gonna take a while. Next up, this is number 6, Peach Twist. This is a warm spring light shade, and this functions as a lip coloring, which means that it's supposed to have a firm jelly texture with subtle glitter in it. The glossiness should be the same. It's gonna have some moisturization, but not as much as the lip topper. And then there's no plumping in this, but it does have good pigmentation. As the name says, it's supposed to be a peachy pink color, and again, these are quite sheer. Even for this one, which is supposed to have a lot more pigmentation, but it does look quite similar to the promotional picture. Just like any lip balm, it's really easy to apply on the lips, but also control the color because you can squeeze as much as you'd like. And my only concern is that it's not as pigmented as I thought it would be. When it comes out, it's pigmented, but when you blur it on your lips, it's gonna have more of a sheer coverage. It doesn't seem to have a cooling sensation. For the full, you can see a little bit more pigmentation. The more they apply, however, the lighter it is going to look. It's going to look like a baby pink color with a little bit of a peachy beige undertone, very subtle. However, it does have a very nice glossy finish, fills in the wrinkles of the lips. This one has the most sticky finish, and it does transfer quite easily as well. It's not drying on the lips, but it's not plumping as well. All of these do have a sweet shea butter like scent to them. For today's lip combination, I'm going with Veiled Rose, and then I'm going with Honey Drizzle for a glossy effect. I kind of need to process these formulas. You can probably guess, but my favorite today is Honey Drizzle. They do have different functions, almost like 3 different formulas. But if you look at the chart online, it's pretty much accurate to what these will function as. All of these have a very similar glossy finish. The lip topper is a lot more moisturizing. It has more of a plumping effect even after the stain. It doesn't get sticky. Number 3, Crystal Candy is a lip plumper, so it functions to plump your lips, but it also has a cooling sensation. The cooling sensation was a little bit overwhelming for me. I think if it was subtle, it would have been nice. Peach Twist is their lip coloring. It does have a little bit more pigmentation compared to the previous 2. This had the most sticky finish after the stain. And for pigmentation, I think I was expecting a little bit more pigment. The glossy finish is very similar to Fweeze. These, however, are less sticky, more pigmented. They come in 30 or 70%. I think I would have liked it if they added all of the shades in the same formula as their lip topper. It feels a lot more luxurious on the lips. So that wraps up today's video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.